of business planning uncertainty. Władysław Kacel.
Good afternoon, everyone. University during last 4 years. Simply, I'm supposed to be a good economist, but I figure out that all my and you, dear stakeholders, lose hundreds of billions just due to traditional business planning methods. My name is Władysław Kacel, and I'll explain you why. Economic forecasts are almost every time not coming true. Just look on this diagram data with predicted and real level of debt default for bonds. A tiny mistake in economic planning could cost you hundreds of dollars. And the reason is why it shows the following. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome the standard distribution. It looks not so breathtaking, but basically all economic theories and further modeling are based on it. Just look on this model based on it. With probability of average income with 30 years is almost impossible, but it's pretty possible in our life. And what can be done to this? I'd like to offer an innovative new method of business planning called heuristical modeling. If you would like to make a financial plan for your business, you probably would be advised to dive in the ocean of econometrics with long mathematician formulas and so on. But my methods consist from distinctly different points, notably. Point 1, the fractal model of binary multigrowth. It's hard to pronounce but very easy to understand. Stable and constant development, and make our business planning much more ready for any crash. Of consumer taste from the behavioral economic, we reject the rational and stable demand. And point 3, with scale effect, we make our business strategy much more ready for any unpredictable and unusual events. Finally, we take into account these 3 points, make some calculations, and have the business strategy which distantly differ from another one, with probability of the same average income of 32 million per capita, which looks much more real for our real viable life. So, as a result, it could save your money. And let's break the wall of business uncertainty today for a better tomorrow. Thank you for your attention.
Хорошо, спускайся. Следующее, у нас оказалось это не последний, следующий у нас Оксана Лялька.
Оксана Лялька.
Breaking the wall of social isolation caused by aphasia. Oksana Lelka.
Aphasia. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. Has anyone ever met people after the stroke or traumatic brain injury? If so, you probably noticed that sometimes they may up to second talk when they get. And the question is why it happens. Sometimes we even think that they have a mental aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorder that lots of people acquire after the stroke or traumatic brain injury. They have difficulties to communicate, to deliver their thoughts, ideas, feelings, because it's really a challenge for them to achieve every single word that they want to say. In result, they lose their jobs, friends, eventually they lose their self-confidence and become socially isolated. And this may even result in mental impairment, such as schizophrenia. Nowadays, in many countries, aphasia is really treated seriously. People with language impairment undergo treatment. In most cases, they return to a normal life. Unfortunately, this is not the case for Ukraine. In our country, it remains an abandoned area, and we don't know what happens to people with language Решта буде потім. Да?
Все, хорошо.
Окей.
Так, у нас все тут из презентующихся еще остались, или все уже разбрелись? Кто есть? Вот. Хорошо, тогда давайте так. Я тоже постою на этой сцене немножечко.
Лаборатория 7 людей, венчур 5.
Вот. Давай. У вас, в принципе, все презентации готовы, вся речь готова. Единственное, что вы все волнуетесь. Правило валерьянки на ночь. Поэтому мы сейчас набираемся воды, успокаиваемся, и все хорошо. Вы уже большие молодцы. Вы уже выступаете на большой сцене, в софитах, в свете, поэтому переживать не стоит. Теперь по правилам. Первое. Вы не должны быть расхлябанными. То есть танцы амебы и пластилина на сцене выполнять не надо. То есть у вас должны быть четкие движения, уверенная походка и ровная осанка. Далее. У вас есть табу. Оно не должно вас напрягать. Это ваша помощь. Не более. Поэтому если вы видите, что у вас осталось 30 секунд, вы не должны паниковать. Если вы чувствуете, что у вас наступает паника, вы делаете 2-секундную паузу, набираетесь воздуха, успокаиваетесь и продолжаете дальше. Далее. Многие из вас из-за того, что заучили текст, не делают акцентов. Эти акценты позволяют залу обратить на вас внимание, когда зал засыпает после 5-10 проектов. Поэтому вы знаете свой материал, вы знаете свои цифры. Когда вы к ним подбираетесь голосом, интонацией и жестами. В принципе, те, кто немножко подзабывает текст, уходят в уголочек, доучивают, и все. Поэтому я желаю вам всем удачи. Вы те самые люди, которые действительно сломают стены, и не просто в науке, но и в мышлении людей, в государстве и во всем мире. Поэтому удачи!
Я прочитал.
Давайте я сразу вам из honorable awards.
Это вот так вот делается. Окольцевать. Понятно. Так, скажите, только один участник победит? Какая-то победит? То есть из 10 можно выбрать одного. Сколько людей? Жюри, да. Совсем хорошо. Все будет плохо. Да, все будет. Да, получится.
Вам понравилось, да? Я Лера, сотрудник. Да, пойдем, да. Вот это ладно. Мне срочно выйти. Сыграйте?
Я думал, что вы забудете через минуту.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury. Welcome. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Где свет?
Testing, testing. Testing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, organizers. Testing.
Можно выключить уже микрофон. Не, в чате передаем нашим партнерам тоже тренировать.
Микрофоны пока тихо.
les gens de Paris après dîner. Vous savez, dites-moi. Qu'est-ce que font les gens de Paris après dîner? Garçon, s'il vous plaît. Garçon.
Доброго ранку всім, хто з нами зараз знаходиться, хто готується до Falling Walls Lab 2016 та Falling Walls Kyiv 2016. Сьогодні відповідальний і важливий день. У кожного з вас, у тих, хто з'являтиметься на цій сцені. Сьогодні відповідальний день і у тих, хто просто буде спостерігати, можливо, в залі. І, можливо, навіть у тих, хто знаходиться в залі, сьогодні буде переважно у ролі глядачів, навіть дещо відповідальніша місія. Адже вам потрібно сьогодні не просто спостерігати за новими проектами, дізнаватися багато чого цікавого. Вам потрібно буде підтримувати наших учасників, адже саме від вашої підтримки, від ваших оплесків дещо буде залежати і результат голосування журі. Ну а тим часом, доки ми готуємося до перших виступів, і окрім виступів, власне, цього року ми додали багато нових зон, де ви зможете розважитись сьогодні, отримати корисні поради. Щоб легко знайти цікаві для вас зони, користуйтеся додатком Inventory. Завдяки зручній навігації Inventory ви завжди зможете бути в курсі, де, що і коли. Хто ще не встиг вантажити Inventory, можете зробити це вже зараз, адже на локації в КВЦ «Парковий» постійно працює Wi-Fi. Також на нашій локації сьогодні працюють такі зони. Це Lounge Zone. Компанія GlobalLogic презентує свої нові пристрої, які продемонструють останні тенденції в IT-сфері. Знаходьте там однодумців, обмінюйтесь контактами та шукайте нові можливості для розвитку ваших власних проєктів. Це лаунж-зона від компанії GlobalLogic. Також радо запрошуємо вас на Developer Zone. Microsoft представить свій досвідом впровадження нових технологій у бізнес-проекти. Запрошуємо вас у Microsoft. І незважаючи на те, що, можливо, хтось сьогодні хвилюється, все одно потрібно додати більше оптимізму до нашого дня, тому я запрошую вас до Fun Zone. Беріть з собою друзів на Fun Zone та змагайтеся за звання інноватора та інтелектуала. Запрошуємо вас до Fun Zone. Щоб простіше було слідкувати спостерігати за тим, що і де сьогодні відбувається в рамках нашого заходу, не забувайте користуватися додатком Inventory. Раді будемо бачити вас і на Fly Zone, яка знаходиться на терасі. Ви зможете покататися на гіробордах та протестувати винаходи компанії Willy. Запрошуємо вас до Fly Zone. Вона знаходиться, нагадую, на терасі. Доки є вільний час, ви можете ознайомитися з цими зонами. А вже після того, як ми сьогодні оберемо переможців, влаштовуйтеся комфортно на подушках Arcade Zone та дізнавайтеся, як сучасні компанії руйнують стіни у своїх сферах бізнесу. Вони поділяться власними секретами, як створювати проекти та досягати успіхів. Це все Education Zone. Також у нас є IQ Zone. SoftServe протестує вашу англійську та дасть вам поради, як пройти співбесіду в IT-компанії. А от компанія Bayer розповість про нові технології в агропромисловості. Це наша IQ Zone з компаніями SoftServe та Bayer. Для всіх гостей сьогоднішнього заходу є пропозиція знімати відео про івент через додаток Magisto. Завантажте його у соціальні мережі та беріть участь у конкурсі та отримуйте подарунок від наших партнерів. Ще раз нагадаю, друзі, щоб сьогодні бути в курсі всього, пропонуємо вам користуватися додатком Inventory. Гадаю, що більшість з вас вже приєдналися до Wi-Fi. Ви можете завантажити цей додаток Inventory вже зараз.
only you. Lose control, feel the music. Can you feel it, baby? Feel the music, my baby. Feel the music, my baby. Can you feel it, baby? Feel the music, my baby. Can you feel it, baby? Feel the music, my baby. Can you feel it, baby? Oh yeah. Feel the music, my baby. Raise it. I need you. You went all the way. Ain't no one like you.
Шановні друзі, прошу вашої уваги. Зовсім скоро ми будемо розпочинати наш захід, тому я прошу займати вільні місця. Звернути прошу також увагу, що у нас ведеться пряма трансляція в Фейсбуці, просимо всіх бажаючих зайти на сторінку проекту і, можливо, розширити цей лінк на наш хай і ваші друзі, ваші знайомі побачать, як по-справжньому руйнуються стіни нових талантів з України. Нагадати про наших партнерів і подяка нашим партнерам. Це компанія EPAM, SoftServe, Global Logic, Bayer та Microsoft. І, звичайно, окрема подяка сьогодні КВЦ «Парковий». Шановні друзі, вже зовсім скоро, буквально за хвилину, ми будемо розпочинати. Просимо вас займати місця, якщо ви хочете стати свідками початку нашої нової зустрічі Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016 та Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Нагадую, що на сторінці знайти посилання на пряму трансляцію у Фейсбуці. Просимо всіх учасників та їх підтримку цю відеотрансляцію і своїми друзями та знайомими.
То що в тебе
Вітаю вас, друзі! Всім бажаю сьогодні справді успішного ранку. І те, що ви сьогодні знаходитеся тут, у цій залі, це вже що ви найкращі. Адже ви будете представляти свої проекти, адже ви, можливо, будете визначати сьогодні найкращі проекти. І ми, безперечно, дуже раді вас бачити сьогодні разом. Я нагадую, що ми ведемо пряму трансляцію на Фейсбуці, ділимося з усім світом інноваціями та новими проривами, які створюють і щодня генерують молоді українські таланти. І ми вирішили, що і цього року має відбутися таке своєрідне талант-шоу серед молодих науковців Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016 та Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Давайте поаплодуємо тим, хто сьогодні буде з'являтися на цій сцені, а поки що вони за всім спостерігають у залі, звичайно, хвилюються. Але буде менше хвилювання, коли вони з'являться, та вся Україна, безпечно, всі, хто дивиться нас в інтернеті, стануть свідками науково-інноваційних відкриттів та проривів. Сьогодні ми дізнаємося, які ж стіни впадуть наступними. Переможці обох форматів будуть представляти Україну в Берліні вже зовсім скоро, 8 та 9 листопада, де змагатимуться найсильніші науковці з усього світу. Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016 і, власне, Falling Walls Venture – це німецькі проекти, які проходять більш ніж у 50 країнах світу. Минулого року в Україні вперше пройшла така лабораторія. Я знаю, що більшість з вас була на цій зустрічі. Два учасники в Берліні та вибороли свою перемогу. Це були глядацькі симпатії. Це теж важливо, але, звичайно, ми наступного року, а точніше, напевно, вже цього разу, Україна справді здобула вершину на цій конференції, а саме ми прагнемо міжнародного визнання для українців-винахідників, які, до речі, знаходяться зараз у цій залі. Вам хочу побажати сьогодні сміливості, коли ви будете виходити на цю сцену. І знаєте, що вам потрібно донести якомога яскравіше свою думку, тому хвилювання потрібно відкинути. Тут люди збираються виключно для того, щоб вас підтримати, але в жодному разі не урізати якісь. Нагадую, 76 заявок на участь у Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016, з яких учасник з'являтиметься на цій серії. Та 10 учасників з 14 поданих анкет представлятимуть проекти на Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Та лише двоє з них продовжать боротися за головний приз у Берліні в листопаді. Уже зовсім скоро ми почуємо учасників на нашій сцені. Ми почуємо про їх проекти, які знаходяться деякі на стадії лише задуму, деякі знаходяться на стадії розробки, але у найближчому майбутньому, ми впевнені, ці проекти будуть руйнувати стіни. Ще раз поаплодуйте тим, хто справді на Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016 та Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Молоді хлопці мають міф, що наука – це досить складно, що наука – це складна специфіка. Вони намагатимуться якомога простіше вам розповідати про складні речі, про складні інновації. Кожен з них матиме, я сподіваюся, ви пам'ятаєте, скільки хвилин? Є пропозиції? 3 хвилини. Ви мали шанс ще змінити, по 33 хвилини могли просити. Так, дійсно, це лише 3 хвилини. У вас є можливість презентувати 3 слайди, щоб розповісти свою ідею. Таким буде Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016, а після 12:30 ми представлятимемо цілком новий формат. Завдяки результатам минулого топ-3 серед лабораторій найкращих та найпопулярніших в усьому світі, фонд Кличко отримав право проводити у Києві Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Кожен учасник уже на цій стадії матиме 5 хвилин, щоб поділитися своєю ідеєю, після чого журі буде ставити йому свої запитання. Журі визначатимуть переможця найбільш переконливої концепції, які оцінюються 3 критеріями. Це інноваційність, це комерційний інтерес та соціальний вплив цього продукту. Я хотів би зараз передати слово людям, які справді великий вплив мають на слайд-шоу, які підтримують ці таланти з України. Слово надається директору фонду Носенко. Я прошу ваші оплески. Аліна Носенко була першим учасником від України і привезла, власне, цей формат до України. Ваші оплески ще раз. Прошу, Аліна.
Thanks. Hi to all. Today I will start also speaking in English because our participants will present their ideas in English in 3 minutes, and I think it's very important for them and for all of us to say everything today in English, except Nikita will support us in Ukrainian. So I would like to congratulate all of you opportunity in Ukraine to host Falling Walls Lab and Falling Walls Venture. It's a big thank you from to Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, to our partners who helps us and support us for the 2nd year. It's SoftServe, EPAM, Global Logic, and Microsoft. And new partners who join us this year, it's Bayer and also our informational partner Focus. So for us, it's very important today to find new winners. One of them is sitting right here from the last year, and I hope that he will also help us to work and to make our jury session as possible, as great as it can be. And to you participants, I hope that you will have fun with 3 minutes. It's really fast, it's unbelievable, and it's incredible. So I wish you luck. The audience should support, so the applause is the most important today. Thank you.
Дякуємо вам, Аліна, за привітальне слово. І справді, друзі, це дуже важливо, щоб ви сьогодні підтримували всіх, хто з'являтиметься на цій сцені. Повірте, ваша участь тут дуже вагома, адже журі буде звертати увагу, наскільки добре ви реагуєте на ці виступи на нашій лабораторії. І, звичайно, можливо, це додасть якихось балів до виступів наших науковців. І зараз я хотів би для вітальної на цю сцену запросити Христину Косик. Це керівник адміністрації генерального директора в компанії SoftServe.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, organizers, and of course, participants. I'm very happy to welcome you to the 2nd Falling Walls event here in Kyiv, an amazing initiative where science, business, politics, arts, and society are coming together. My name is Chris Kosik, and I'm Chief of Staff to the CEO at SoftServe. And today, I'm speaking on behalf of 3 leading IT companies in Ukraine, EPAM Systems, Global Logic, and SoftServe. For us, it is truly an honor to be and support young scientists of Ukraine, presenting their breakthrough ideas in just 3 minutes. This is quite a challenge, and I'm certain we're in for a very interesting day. I would like to take this opportunity and give you a glance into IT industry of Ukraine today. Currently, we're a stable driving force in our country. Ukraine is on the 1st place in Europe by the volume of exporting IT services. Over the last 10 years, IT export grew 10 times and amounted to $2.5 billion this year. It is forecasted that with favorable conditions on the market and in our country, this number could be $10 billion by 2020. IT is currently number 3 export industry in Ukraine after agriculture and metallurgy. The recognition of the fact that we are the best in what we do on the global arena. 10 IT companies among 100 of 2016's best outsourcing service providers in the world, who are capable of creating great global companies. Even though export-oriented IT services is currently the biggest segment of IT sector in Ukraine, it is very exciting to see a lot of product companies and even more startups being founded every day by Ukrainian entrepreneurs. Many of current product companies have huge business potential, and there are already great success stories of Ukrainian startups. In January 2016, 7 Ukrainian startups were presented at CES conference in Las Vegas, when just last year, there were only 2. Startup Battlefield at Disrupt San Francisco 2016 was a company founded by young Ukrainians in the earliest stages of their business life. And it is both strong desire and duty of large IT business to promote innovative environment in Ukraine and to help startups be successful. After all, IT outsourcing and product companies, regardless of their size, are partners in creation of creative and innovative sectors of Ukrainian economy. The main competitive advantage of Ukraine on global market is, of course, our people. Today, we have almost 100,000 IT professionals working in the industry, and the number will grow to 200,000. IT sector, because of its stable growth, creates around 20,000 new jobs annually in our country. We support young professionals with their innovative ideas, understanding that they are the key to Ukraine's future. Ukrainian IT engineers have proven to be highly qualified specialists. There's a high demand for them from global companies in US and Europe. We, as Ukrainian companies, compete for Ukrainian IT developers with Silicon Valley. For this reason, improvement in financial support of education system is a big focus for large IT business. Implementation of changes in the educational system will ensure adequate market training of young IT professionals in accordance with modern requirements. Creation of IT schools, support of conferences, events such as this one, hackathons, development of new faculties in the university on the national level is a very short list of what IT is doing in communities around our country. Our president, Petro Poroshenko, tweeted on 6th of September 2016, and I quote, "Our mission is to fully support IT sector." We are very grateful for such support. Yet, it is crucially important for our government to take positive experience from other countries as an example and implement them in Ukraine. Experience of our neighbors teaches that state support of IT industry can turn into a very tangible financial benefit for the whole economy and speed up creation of high-paid jobs. If positive changes will not be implemented, Ukraine will be losing, while Poland, Belarus, and neighbors will be gaining. Countries are developing a state program for the retention and attraction of IT specialists. For India and Israel, as we know, high technology and programming have become a top priority on the government level. The world today is on the threshold of fourth industrial revolution. New areas of economy and new services will appear. If Ukraine will use experience of IT companies productively, will develop and demonstrate to the world its technological and innovation capacity, our country can claim leading position in this field. IT industry understands the necessity of fostering research and innovation in our country. When smart people come together, wonderful things happen. And Falling Walls is doing exactly that. Falling Walls is a great platform for many young inventors to announce themselves to the whole country, or even more, to get noticed. We're very excited to support young people of Ukraine to challenge and help them make the walls they see fall. Thank you.
Дякую вам, Христина, що в черговий раз нам нагадали, чому так важливо підтримувати інновації. Ми все ближче наближаємося до наших виступів. Перед тим я хотів би подякувати нашим партнерам, компанії EPAM, SoftServe, GlobalLogic, Microsoft є світовими лідерами з інновацій та технологій і вже вдруге підтримують конференції в Україні. Новим партнером цього року є німецька компанія Bayer, девіз якої перегукується з нашим, власне, заходом «Science for Better Life». І також я хотів би подякувати сьогодні Марії Прохоровій, яка працювала з сьогоднішніх виступів. Марія організовувала найбільший, напевно, хакатон в Європі. Більше ніж 250 IT-проєктів. Дякуємо вам, Марія. І ще нагадую, що наш медичний партнер Борис сьогодні піклуватиметься, аби всі учасники нашої лабораторії не хвилювалися, добре себе почували. Їм висловлюємо окрему подяку. Я, Нікіта Добринін, сьогодні буду з вами впродовж всіх лабораторій. І, напевно, саме зараз вже настав час представити наше журі, для яких, напевно, сьогодні ми приготували дуже важку роботу. Дуже багато цікавих буде виступів, і вам доведеться визначити наших переможців. Ми впевнені, що наші глядачі допоможуть вам з вибором, адже, напевно, ви ж будете аплодувати. Будемо робити? Поаплодуємо. Це справді важлива підтримка, і нам потрібно, щоб ви періодично висловлювали свою цікавість, або ж нецікавість, і тоді не аплодували якимось проектам. Але сподіваємося, що все, що відбуватиметься на цій сцені, справді буде цікавим для вас, а журі визначить, хто поїде до Берліна та неодмінно повернеться з перемогою. Отже, Аліна Носенко, директор фонду Кличко, наше журі. Ярослав Герман, директор по розробці програмного забезпечення компанії ЄПАМ. Василь Милько, голова департаменту досліджень та розвитку компанії SoftServe. Владислав Курмас, консультант з питань Global Ukraine. Іванна Бондарчук, керівник відділу розвитку та інновацій компанії. Віктор Цикунов, експерт з хмарних технологій та директор департаменту стратегічних технологій компанії Microsoft Україна. Віолетта Москалу, засновник Global Ukraine Foundation, прошу вибачення. Олександр Шиманко, переможець Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2015. Ігор Стефурак, менеджер по роботі з потоком проєктів компанії Growth Up Accelerator. Костянтин Карпушин, партнер, керівник групи з надання послуг в галузі трансферного ціноутворення в департаменті податкового та юридичного консультування компанії KPMG. Наталія Безденежних, старший науковий співробітник в Інституті спринтальної патології, онкології і кандидат наук. Ваші оплески. Я хотів би звернути окрему увагу всіх членів журі, що сьогодні на ваших столах знаходяться картки. Я прошу їх підняти і показати всім, хто знаходиться в залі. З однієї сторони картка має знак оклику, а з іншої сторони знак питання. Після кожного виступу ви можете підійняти цю картку. Таким чином, той, хто буде знаходитися на цій сцені, він зрозуміє, що у вас, відповідно, є зауваження або ж є запитання. Після виступу ви можете показати цю картку. І якщо, можливо, у вас будуть якісь певні... Що всі, хто зараз спостерігає за нами в інтернеті, хто дивиться пряму трансляцію, і всі ті, хто знаходиться у цій залі, вже чекають. Я прошу перших учасників вже підніматися на цю сцену. Отже, ми переходимо до наших виступів Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016.
Breaking the wall of fashion. Максим Пархоменко.
Удачи.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming today. My name is Max, and it's my pleasure to be here today. So, shall we start? Many of you experienced it or even been victims of this crime before. So, anger, anxiety, loss of confidence, and that's all because of personal security breach. So, and the most worst thing that can happen to you is that you don't even realize when a pickpocketing is happening. So, what we want to do today, what I want to tell you today is that the problem is theft. Theft numbers are enormous these days. Costs of stolen items each year in UK only are over 80 million pounds. And what we can do about this is that thieves' primary objectives are your bags. Safety is an issue today. What we can do to prevent it? I'm a fashion designer, and I've been doing few collections on a runway. And in fashion, you are taught not to solve practical problems, but to create objects of desire. So consequently, style and functionality rarely go hand in hand. One dominates the other. It all boils down to two things. You either look smart or you look good. And that's when I thought, what if we create a product that will match fashion style and functionality and empower you to do things that were not possible before? So I'm glad to present you a solution we at Ladies, a smart bag. This bag protects against theft with a digital remote lock and concealed technology. The best part of it is the technology, you'll never notice it unless it is activated. So, in our research, I'm really sorry about that. So, we've been developing this. So you probably know that all the thefts occurs when you're not paying attention to your belongings. And what this bag will do, it will automatically, practically, it will track all the around you. It will monitor if theft goes on. So, and last thing I want to tell you is that the difference between fashion and future is smart technology. And that's how we break the wall of fashion. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Yep, please, sir. Yeah, I can hear you. I will repeat once more.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And just a quick question. So this only for your personal bag that you carry on. Do you think about going further and just put, let's say, to the airport or whatever?
Yeah, so basically this security function, it can be the main point is that our customers are not afraid to leave their bags. So we sell them a main thing that actually cannot be measured with value. We sell them a peace of mind. So basically any product, any customer who wants to feel safe.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your presentation. One quick question. One name about your competitors. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah. So where you are and
it's
where
a good question.
competitors.
It's a good question. If we just imagine that there is a premium competitors like handbags, premium brands, they're higher priced and they're mass market brands, and there's a gap between them because our fashion higher competitors, they are not smart. Mass market brands, they are not really desirable objects. So we find the sweet spot in between, and that's where the new niche is coming. Thank you. Yep.
So, great presentation. A question, what happens if battery dies in the bag?
We've been developing, it's very adopted, either 5,000 milliamperes or 10,000. And if there will be an option and our customer can choose, either she wants to charge her devices or it solely relies only on security system with no charging, so it lasts at least a week.
Yes, one more question. Okay, as I understood, it will be based on Bluetooth 4 or Bluetooth 5 technology, yeah? Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Your solution will be based on Bluetooth 4 or Bluetooth 5 technology.
Right, of course.
Yeah, so, and do you plan to create some solution in cloud, yeah? When everyone could, store location of your badge and so on, yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you think about the security? Because this is everything was essay. So, security is a key question here.
we are thinking about integrating with an existing Bluetooth trackers. If you lose your bag, you don't have to have a GPS inside your bag. There are other users who have the same either bag or a Bluetooth tracker, and it's called crowdsourcing GPS. And you can find your bag easily. If you lose your bag, someone with the Bluetooth tracker can track it, and that's how we will make it more secure, having a community of people having those Bluetooth trackers.
The question about between the lock, the material of the bag. Those thieves, they just cut the bag and pull everything from the hole. So no need for Bluetooth, for iPhone, for battery.
Yeah, right. Good question. It depends. It depends on what kind of material our customer wants. If she wants a leather bag to look fabulous, then of course we'll do a leather bag. And we'll tell you, you know, but it can be cut through if our customer that's the wish. And that's how we will differentiate our offers, offering different canvases, different designs, and different security levels. So thank you all for your attention. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Breaking the wall of boring tourism. Наталя Герасименко.
Hello everyone. Just imagine it. 184 billion of tourists last year used guidebooks in so same attractions. We have found a way how to show them account. I want to introduce our project that can solve several very important tourist problems, such as brain wandering in a new city, inefficient time spending, and missing of all those interesting attractions that are well known mostly for locals. Our idea is called Walkie-like, and in a nutshell, it's the platform for creating interactive city quests. Also, the main product of our idea is mobile application. The idea is wider and universal as much as it's possible in tourist niche. What is the quest? It's the important question. Quest is the road that unite few very interesting attractions that have been to people preferences. Either they love just walk with their children, or active rest, or attending museums at several attractions according to people free time. And we add also several cafes, museums, restaurants, stores, shops, and offer discounts there for our customers. We would have several competitors like Wondergo or Wayme mobile applications if we limited ourselves just with interesting roads, but we don't. Our four main differences that are also advantages are, first of all, that we are going to create huge marketplace of all those cafes, restaurants, museums that want to be found by foreigners. Second is that we really don't have direct competitors. Third is that we are open platform for creating quests for everyone. Imagine any guy on this world can do their own quests and they will. We are a team of IT guys with the huge experience in this sphere. Well, as about money is the main question probably. We have three ways to get revenue from our idea. First of them is the cut of attractions revenue. Also, it could be sponsorship or local government support. Now we are on the stage of SIT and we have indicative business plan and we are, of course, looking for investors. Our idea is demanded and I can prove it. We have already won the Ukrainian stage of creative business competition and we have been chosen among the 160 competitors as the best startup in Ukraine. Thank you for your attention. Please ask me questions. Any questions?
Just want to ask you a little bit personal question. Are you like, are you inspired by the thing that you create? Do you believe that if you being a user, you would actually go and challenge your friends and maybe your relatives and your clients even, right? Your company to use the tool so that they can entertain themselves? How passionate about this thing?
Of course, we have tested this conception on our friends, on for several people. Moreover, we have talked about cafes, restaurants, museums, and they said, yes, we are ready to get deal with you. So yes, we believe in that idea, definitely.
So, great presentation. Question, like, what one thing you're gonna do to make your idea, your application, so cool that everybody is gonna use it, so it will become a trend?
The main thing that we hope will do it is the discount that we offer in all those places. We may compare several very popular tourist places and our places that we are going to offer our customers. And we may really show them very interesting places with discounts there. For example, free coffee or free 7 years. Nobody does marketplace. Really nobody, just we. However, thank you for your attention.
Breaking the wall of still limited use of solar energy. Anna Zmijewska.
Hi, my name is Anna. I represent a team of engineers who develop different devices based on solar energy. And today I would like to present to you one of our products, solar charger for mobile gadgets. Do you know that there are near 200 million people who go in for active tourism each year, just considering Ukrainian, US and EU citizens? On the other hand, all of us use different devices in our everyday lives. And what happens with these adventure travelers when they leave their homes for long-lasting trips? They suffer from inability to use their habitual market today, totally accounting for over $3 billion of people's expenditures per year. But they have considerable disadvantages, starting from the limited power capacity of power banks up to the low efficiency or large dimensions of existing on the market solar chargers. Our team has deep experience in space power engineering, so based on this knowledge and our own technology, we are developing different solar chargers of different configurations. It works very simple. You just need to connect your gadget with the help of a standard USB cable and direct a charger to the sun. Your gadget battery will be charged for the same time as from the traditional socket. Also, our solar charger has an advantage of affordable competitive price. Tourists can buy it for $70, which is equal, for example, to the price of. But we didn't stop on this and proceeded with the refinement of our solar charger design. And we developed a new modular solar charger, which has no market analogs yet. It can adapt to various user needs. With the help of a single panel, you can easily charge a smartphone. Just zip, for example, 3 additional panels, and you will be able to charge a laptop. In addition, it has a detachable power bank, which can accumulate energy, so you can charge your gadgets in any time of day or night. Our modular solar charger has such market advantages as high efficiency, high reliability, waterproof and shock-resistant design, and still competitive price. What we need to further develop our device is partnership or external support. In this case, we will be able to create a perfect modular charger prototype and launch a campaign and Kickstarter. In this case, we hope that people from all over the world will share our intention to bring renewable energy into people's everyday life. Thank you for your attention. Any questions? Okay.
Yeah, quick question. Where do you plan to manufacture it? It will be Ukrainian?
We are thinking about it now, but preferably it will be Ukraine, yeah. It will be cheaper than in European countries, for example, but of course it will be more expensive than in some. We are thinking about it now. Okay. Any more questions?
on average? Let's say I'm on a sunny day.
Sorry?
On a sunny day, how fast it's going to charge my iPhone?
It depends, of course, on illumination, but when it is a sunny day with no clouds, it will charge for the same time, for example, as from the socket, when the current will be enough to charge it from the 3 hours.
Okay, and the second question I have, you mentioned the price, and that's price including the manufacturing and basically handing over to the client, right? So that's retail price.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Anna. My question is about long term. The battery technology itself is going to be more advanced than. Do we need those solar panels in 3-5 years? Maybe our batteries will have big capacity and devices will consume less.
You know that there is a global trend to move to renewable electricity. So I think that such devices will be more and more popular with the development of renewable electricity technologies in the world. We hope.
I have a question. What's the difference between your solar charger and just these solar chargers which you can...
The difference of our solar charger, of our simple solar chargers, we compete in price, quality to price ratio, because those chargers that you can, for example, order at Amazon, maybe all of them are of Chinese manufacturers, and they do not provide good efficiency and good power output. So and what about the modular solar charger? It is new. It will be a new product on the market because there are no market-ready devices of such configurations when you can adapt your power based on your needs for laptop, for a tablet, for a smartphone, and so on.
Okay. So my advice to you is just go to Google pictures and type modular solar charger and what I just did, so you'll find at least 10 different chargers.
Solar chargers, we know that it's a similar not very similar, but maybe the same. The close project was on Kickstarter, but we have such advantages as, for example, shock-resistant design. They do not solve shock-resistant. And when you are a tourist, you don't want to think about when you throw your backpack, what will happen with the solar charger. And also water resistance and efficiency output characteristics, we have more advanced design in this way. But those devices, as you mentioned, they are not so market-ready to call them market products. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Breaking the wall of lost links and ideas. Veronika Guryanova.
We keep open every day, and while working on a new project. One, it is hard to believe because only 4% of browsers have just one opened tab. And maybe more as recommended maximum, or maybe more than 20. It is easier to believe because over than a half of internet users have more than 20 opened tab browsers. And it leads to the clogged browser, it leads to a clogged mind and memory, and it leads finally to procrastination. So, once you decide that you do not need a lot of tabs, what can you do? You can information, or you can transpose just the horizontal boring line of tabs in line of endless list. Does it make any sense? I think that no. You will lose these links, you will come back to searching, and we will lose a lot of time and emotions. I'm here to propose you an idea of absolutely new approach to save your links, to deal with your links, to deal with your ideas. Imagine that every website can be transposed into the tag cloud, the keywords of this website, and then each such cloud can be transformed into one for each website. So, as many websites, as many points, but all of them are clustered. They are nicely clustered into the map, like a map of the space. And it is clustered by its thematics, and it is saved in the cloud, and you can comment them, and you can share with friends, and you will never lose your links and your ideas again. Thank you for your attention. Yes.
For your presentation, first of all, and I have a question. Why don't I just save my links and my bookmarks to the Pocket app? You probably heard about it.
I think that it does not give such graphical representation of these links.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so clustering links, it's a great idea. So how do you propose to cluster them? Manually, or you're going to use some algorithms to do it automatically?
I hope that machine learning will do it better than me. But of course you can add some text, and it will help it to make more precise, more appropriate for you. And we hope that it will learn to know what you want to change and will accumulate it for the further actions.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. First of all, I am your user, potential user, because I have a terrible number of tabs. So probably I will have a few questions because it's a very interesting area. First of all, have you already tried to clustering anything? Do you have some POC? For example, I know, collect 100 links, try to clustering using machine learning, any machine learning algorithm, and then prove it. Yeah, it will be interesting, it will be useful.
For me, it works. I didn't make a great amount, not 1,000, but some few. It looks nicely. Maybe I made the same way if I cluster it by myself.
Yeah, okay, so probably I lost it in your presentation. Do you plan to clustering the content of the page? Yes, is that correct?
The keywords.
Keywords, okay, and how do you plan to collect these keywords? Because it depends on industry, on my preferences, and it could be a challenge for you.
I think that the first step is to collect the frequency words, yes? Like any tech cloud or keyword cloud is created. And then you can make some changes, and I hope that it will learn to accumulate too. So the first step is mathematical, the second step is the manual.
Okay, so yeah, it's a great idea. You are in trend, yeah, because this is not a really buzzword, but you need, I think, to more carefully, clarify your idea. But anyway, thank you.
Thank you. I'm not a software developer, if to be true.
Veronica, I have a question and intuition that Google already doing this. Personalized search for every user, for every query. They definitely do that. Did you verify it?
I didn't find it.
It's invisible. The search is personalized. You just type in your query and you have some results picked up for you.
Yes, but I think that sometimes I'm a scientist. I'm working with a lot of papers. And there is a challenge that I'm working on some project and I have to get it in some place gathered. And furthermore, I need to find some relations between these links, between these articles, and to do it manually, I need to read through again all the articles to collect them into the whole scheme. So I hope that such idea can help to make some of this work for, not just for searching.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think I'm a great supporter of your idea. I would just have the ontology-driven analysis and the semantic and the concept of semantic web that was initially coming from 2004. There are a lot of great ideas, so maybe you can try leverage some already existing frameworks to build your application. Okay, great idea. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Breaking the wall of edible vaccines. Марина Коршевнюк.
My name is Marina Korshevnyuk, and I am really glad to present you our research project about edible vaccines. It is well known that the importance of vaccination is simply enormous. About 25% of deaths are caused by infectious disease. Nevertheless, the vaccination procedure prevents 2.5 million of deaths and 14 million cases of disease per year. However, almost all of the contemporary methods of vaccine production have strict disadvantages, given on the diagram. But now it is possible to avoid them through implementation of novel approaches and create so-called edible vaccines. The core principle of edible vaccines is the genetic transformation of plants, such as vegetable, fruit, or salad, to produce target product, like an antigen or antibody. After this transformation, bioreactor is a single cell capsule with a vaccine. So when human or animal eats this vaccine, he receives the dose of immunization. These methods have a lot of advantages. The biggest one is that its storage, production, and usage are very simple. Additionally, it is at least for 30% cheaper than other manufacturing technologies. Honestly speaking, the idea of bioencapsulation of antigens and antibody is not new. A lot of other research groups develop it all over the world using model plant organisms which are inedible. In our laboratory, we transform effectively also edible plant species. So, results of our research you can see on the ultraviolet lamp, and here you can see several salad species that were transformed. In red color are untransformed zones, and in green are part of leaf which produce green fluorescence in our report system. So you can make sure about high level of expression and accumulation of this project. Comparable to this, it is possible to receive similar results for our target project, like in microbial or viral antigens and human antibody. Generally speaking, we do our best to make a vaccination affordable, effective, and painless. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm impressed, and I've been even Googling before that on the subject because I'm not the science field. But I have a question. So I also read that there is ongoing researches in different countries about making the vaccination cheaper and more affordable. So how is your invention stands out against these researches, and how do you feel over your overall score towards them? Well, what's the benefit to go in your way versus their way? Thank you.
Well, thank you for your question. Our main goal is to make a vaccination cheaper, and the biggest reducing of cost is that we develop such technology which does not require the purification stage, so we can reduce the cost of production, and also it does not require some packing and so on. So the biggest impact and the biggest feature of this technology is that just buy some fruit in the supermarket and receive the results of immunization. Our research was related to creating plant species that could be used in this transformation. So I suppose that I have asked for your question. So.
Marina, great presentation. I hope to ask a great question. To my mind, medicine will be personalized, not even in long term, in mid term. And I think I will need different vaccine than you or my neighbors. So those plants will produce same vaccine for everybody. I need personal vaccine. Maybe I need 3D printer to print my own vaccine.
Take some go throughout from biological analysis, and it is possible to produce your personal vaccine based on your personal DNA features. So we could just clone some DNA vector and then transform into edible plant species. So it is possible to produce personal medicine in this link from edible vaccine. So it's possible. So the last, okay.
Do you calculate how many diseases or what type of diseases you can protect people in this type of vaccination?
It is possible for protect a human against almost all kinds of vaccination, including passive inactive immunization, and the number of research that have been done in our laboratory, it's more than 5 at the first stage, and in all over the world, it's fact. So this way.
Hello, your idea is very good, and I'm a scientist. I know this idea, and I have 2 little questions. The first is what you know about some side effects on health of human organism?
Well, from edible vaccines, we don't have any side effects except some just biosafety aspect, because in this technology we use agrobacterium-mediated transformation. So it is just one side effect. So it doesn't have any toxic compounds which we use in typical vaccine. Any site contamination if possible. It also the procedure of drug administration of edible vaccine does not require so it reduces substantially the amount of side effects, of possible side effects. It just could be biosafety aspect from that bacteria which stayed in transformed plant. It's one point.
Did you study your vaccine on in vitro or in vivo?
We also tried our vaccine in vivo condition from lab mouse, so we have good results in this direction.
Okay, thank you. And yet one question. Is your technology unique for Ukraine or for global market?
Technology. So it's technology. This technology was developed in the Institute of Cell Biology and Gene Engineering, and it's unique. That translates in antigens in Ukraine.
And you have a patent or some other confirmation for intellectual property?
Yet we don't have the patent, so we are going in this.
Okay.
In this
Thanks.
goal.
Thanks.
So. I suppose it's all. Okay.
Breaking the wall of veiling. Леся Небелюк.
Hello everyone, my name is Lesa and I'm a linguist. So breaking the wall, these are pleasant or offensive ones. For example, to pass away sounds much better than to die. But I'm going to talk about euphemisms which denote new social, political taboos. We most often find them in political discourse. I've studied 300 political euphemisms and discovered that 25% based on opposite spheres of knowledge or inconsistent senses in our brain. For example, peacekeeping action is used instead of invasion. To stress the truth is used instead of to lie. Well, sure, we understand what is being meant by euphemisms, but this slightly distances from real problems. This can adapt any values to any requirements of the time. I completely agree with language, devoid of negativism, impoliteness, devoid of intolerance, but this might cause a shift in our values. This might cause a shift in reality. This happens because euphemisms enter long-term memory and have a significant impact on our cognition. My idea is to use a neurocognitive approach to study euphemisms. This will help us to measure impulses in the brain caused by euphemisms and caused by direct nominations. This will establish clearly and graphically a shift which is made in our brains, shift of values. This will define how the inferences are made and the conclusions are reached. And you would tell me, well, there is still a lot of scientific work to do and there's still a lot of experience left to do. So why consider this idea? But I would answer that we must consider everyone should be aware with this phenomenon of euphemizations. Not only people who are dealing with the language, those are journalists or linguists like me, but everyone. So my idea is to provide euphemism course study as a compulsory course at high schools and colleges. I mean, teaching just some basics, critical thinking, analyzing articles and spotting the euphemism in political discourse. So this will prevent misuse, ignorance, misunderstanding, and change of values. So knowledge is the only way or facility to break this transparency of veiling. No questions? Yes.
Thank you very much. It's an excellent presentation. Very exciting. I'm just still trying to better understand how the person like I am, let's say without passing a specific study or whatever, would benefit the technology. So maybe you can bring some examples, how would I be benefiting and the others?
I would tell that, thank you for the question, it's really very important. I would tell that everyone will benefit from this study and from awareness of this phenomenon. Because we subconsciously, even involuntarily, sometimes we get information and even don't think that this is so important. Because this doesn't cause any, when we use a euphemism, so the reaction is lower and the impulses in the brain is also lower. So we are distant from problems. For example, conflict is not so threatening as war. To stress the truth, you feel that there is some truth, but that means to lie. Well, so we understand that something is wrong, but we do not completely realize that there is a shift in values, that there is some veiling, that something is veiled.
Lesa, I have a proposal. And my proposal is to implement plugin for browser. Instead of translating from German to English or Ukrainian, I hit this button and translate all those bullshit into normal language. And for on-screen display for all those breaking news.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, actually, I just comment that I was thinking about that might be some idea for IT programmers, maybe to make some gadget or something like you've just said, to translate all these things that we are given in the media and political discourse. Thank you. Okay.
Breaking the wall of the planetary defense. Сергій Хламов.
Hi, my name is Sergey Khlamov. I am a postgraduate student of Kharkiv National University of Radio Electronic. My topic is breaking the wall of the planetary defense. The problem of asteroids and comets hazard is very actual and important now. Near-Earth Object Program by NASA has information about discoveries of hazard objects. As you can see, different size of these objects can cause different damage. For example, Chelyabinsk meteor or Tunguska event. There are a lot of conferences and meetings by NASA, ESA, and Gaia due to this problem. And it's very expensive. So, how can we protect the planet? Send Bruce Willis to the asteroid? As in film Armageddon. No, it's not a Hollywood. While scientists in the world try to predict Earth's impact by the different ways, we can generate alert during preliminary discovery of these potential hazard objects. So, software for automated frames processing is necessary for the most effective astronomical observations. This possibility is provided by the Collitech software that allow detect hazard objects in real time. There are a lot of features that allow using Collitech software in the different observatories in the world. Collitech is a pipeline for any image and video processing. You can see more details on our website. So we are a team with a strong scientific and software development skills. We have a lot of publications and patents. Also, we have results. Years ago, the new comet Borisov was discovered with help of one of our models. We want to take a part of research for improving and developing new methods and software for automated frames and video processing. We are looking for the sponsors and grants to increase efficiency of our research and improve Ukrainian science in the international community. So, want to know when you should buy the ticket to another planet? Use Collitech. Collitech Collection Light Technology. It's time for discoveries. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, you said that you already have programmers in your team. Yes? Programmers in your team.
No, we have 4 developers and...
Okay, developers, whatever. Okay, the question, do you have any estimates how many resources you need to monitor in real life the world an object you want? Teraflops and megabytes, anything? Or you just want to observe some small area?
Okay, thank you for your question. There are a lot of observatories in the world that make observations every night. And they save their images as feeds frames into their storage. But we have systems that allow to take their image and process and find moving it is to take all series of one of part of sky and then detect moving object. And so there is no thresholds for source because any observatories save images on their service and service.
So, can you give us a hint on the algorithm? You just compare images, or you use some astronomical positions of the objects, etc.?
Thank you for your question. It's a very big story. At first, we have its mathematical methods, computational. We use half space-time transformation. We use estimation image position on every frames, and it is intra-frame processing. Then we use internal catalog with celestial objects from MPC, Minor Planet Center of Harvard University. We download already existed stars, galaxies, and hazard objects on this part of sky. And then we compile this information, and if we did not find position of this object or trajectory, generate an alert for astronomer. And then astronomer can make a decision, is this some vignetting or some defect of frames. Also, on intra-frame processing stage, we have a lot of other modules to make image more quality. For example, brightness equalization or background alignment. These modules allow to increase efficiency of detection in 5 times. And we have a lot of publications about comparative analysis between any detection methods.
Hi. So is there any business model you want to develop, or you just want that's all? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. For selling tickets to Mars, I think, but our business plan is to increase efficiency of our research. So we have a lot of methods to detection, and we have a lot of software, different types. For example, with Slovakia, we have virtual observatory for light curves. They have some discoveries about variable stars, and we developed for them this virtual observatory. Also, we have frame storage and publication service for access to all astronomers in the world, for example, and we use cluster to sell part of our models as independent software. For example, we start to free download brightness model for brightness equalization. You can see it on our website. Now we, in few weeks, maybe propose a new version with more user-friendly GUI and more improved median filter method. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I have a question. Do you consider going open source and leveraging the crowdsourcing to maybe, breaking the wall for a portion of human life and, let's say, to go from the unknown to the known, but not only leveraging your skill and your team, but leveraging the power of the crowdsourcing? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. We think about open source, but we need more maybe time for optimization of our source code. So to share it with astronomers or developers who make programs for this goal, maybe we should optimize some. As one of is software for that its efficiency is more lower than our, and they have old version and they did not make new releases. So I think that our product will be more popular because our detection methods more efficiency, and the publications is proof for this. So thank you for your questions. Thank you.
Breaking the wall of social isolation caused by aphasia. Oksana Lelka.
Everybody. Has any one of you ever met people after the stroke, or I don't see any hands. If so, have you ever noticed that some of them may have a really strange language, up to saying, oops, dog when naming a cat, Sometimes their language doesn't make any sense, and we think, oh my gosh, you're crazy. What are you talking about? They're not crazy. This is aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorder that lots of people acquire after the stroke or traumatic brain injury. They have difficulties to communicate, to deliver their thoughts, feelings, because retrieval of every single word is a real challenge for them. Every time when they want to say something. First, they lose their job. They can't speak. Then they lose their friends. They cannot communicate. Then they lose their self-confidence and eventually become socially isolated. And here is the problem. Because being socially isolated, they may develop a mental impairment. And this mental impairment can be even like a schizophrenia, and it's really scary. Can we do something about it? Yes. In many countries, this problem is taken really seriously. People with language impairment undergo treatment, and in the best cases, they return to a normal life. In Ukraine, unfortunately, this remains an abandoned area that we know almost nothing about. According to national statistics, we have about 150,000 people suffering from stroke, and only 30 of them remain disabled. We don't know how many of them have language impairments. We don't know what is the implication of it. We don't know anything what happens to them because we don't have anything in this area. So how can we help them? And more important even, these days when we have soldiers who acquire their aphasia due to traumatic brain injury, it's really important to do something. So what can we do? First of all, we have to raise a social awareness that we know that there is aphasia, and it's not a mental impairment, it's just a language impairment. But if we don't do anything, it may become a mental impairment, and we can do something. We need to do more research to develop effective tools to help people with language impairment. Then we have to prepare with language impairment. And this is the wall that I would like to break. Thank you so much. Thank you for your assistance. Yeah, your questions. Yeah.
Thank you very much for a passionate presentation. Is it only a plan, or you like to break the wall and to progress in that direction? Or you already have some first steps done, you have some methodology, you have some people around the community that's going to do that? Thank you.
So I started working on this project in 2009, and then there was actually nothing. As a linguist, I just wandered in a hospital, but the assessment that I tried to rely on was essentially incorrect. So as my Fulbright scholarship, I developed an assessment test for people with aphasia, and now I would like to make it a remote test. So I need a good programmer who could make it an application, and that people with language impairment could use it, or that we could test like more people and help them. Then I also done more research, but I have a great network abroad. I just don't have anything in here, which I would like to start.
Yeah, just the question popping up into my mind.
Yeah.
So while you were working on this, and you probably talked to those people, right, problems, do you think you have, let's say, a suggestion or methodology or able to get back to the society? Is it a pioneering method, or that's leveraging some existing methods, or what's the way out for those people, right? So assuming that they already been in that with that problem, right? You diagnose them, you basically understand that this is not a mental problem, so to say, but it's basically this thing. How can they then, go to the better tomorrow with you?
So first of all, for us as surrounding society, it's very important to let them know that we understand that they are mentally disabled and that we have some tools that can help them. So as I said, one of the key points is to raise a social awareness so we know how to behave with those people. Of course, there are lots of methods, but aphasia is a very tricky thing because they have different characters and they have different types of impairment, and we have to research and explore it, how it may work for people in Ukraine. Because, of course, like in the US, UK, Australia, they have a great system, and when you work with those people, they get into the system, they trust their people. Here, people are in a very kind of more stressed situation, so we have to develop our own approach to help them.
Any further questions? No? Okay. Thank you.
Breaking the wall of healthy nutrition. Вікторія Гайдар.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Victoria Gaidar, and today we will break the wall of urban jungle. You know, when I was a child, I imagined jungle trees and a giant lion going all around. Actually, at the age of 17, I also imagined a Tarzan, but we'll not talk about this today. Nowadays, we have this special word, urban jungle. That means a huge amount of industrial and high-side buildings that capture our environment. I think that a lot of people who came here today looking forward for a great vacation somewhere out of the countryside. But think about it. How often we have this opportunity during the year? That's how the idea of EcoBox come to our mind, that can replicate a piece of nature just at your home or at your office. EcoBox, totally automatic sensory feedback environment that provides you different applications. For example, first of all, you can use it to grow your own herbs and exotic plants right at your kitchen. Also, you can organize a great vacation when you do not need to worry about who will water in your plant. And also, you can teach your child how to care about nature in the right way. Also, EcoBox, you can control and view it via our website at any locations that you wanna all over the world. We are your robotics team, and we make your life more natural. Thank you. Please, if you have any questions, to answer them. Okay, there is a question.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and it's a relatively basic question. Is there any competition around that you would basically have to beat to be successful, or there is none and this is totally new opportunity? Thank you.
Can you please repeat, because I
So
did
is
not
there
hear.
any competition around, like any rivals, business rivals, that would produce the same thing already producing?
I see. Yeah, actually, we have the competitors. For example, there are companies like Click and Grow, and also if I'm not mistake anything, it's like Plug and Play, but their idea more specialized, only smart. So it done only automatic watering. What we talking about here, we can actually create a totally environment. So for exotic plant, some climates specific for this kind of plants. So we have, and also we can decrease our system for example, not just only like a gadget, yeah, at your home, but also we can provide it for industrial, for economic. Did I answer your question? Yeah, please.
Yeah, so is it a real product?
Did we have the clients right now?
Real
Product.
yeah.
Actually, we have two prototypes in real world. Yeah.
Okay, this was my question. Okay.
Yeah, two prototypes. The one is for a home edition, and the second one is for a bigger production, for example, for shops, green shops.
Okay, so another questions. The maximum size you can provide, for example, 1 meter, 2 meters.
Yeah, actually, we can provide the intellectual system. So the size doesn't matter in this case. But now we provide the size like 1 meter to 2 meters, something like that.
Yeah, it's great, big. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I always have a problem of watering my flowers at my flat, etc. So would I be able finally to put my flowers into your device and forget about this problem?
Exactly talking about here, yes.
That's great.
So
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all.
Breaking the wall of ignorance. Олександр Панфоров.
I'm representing the team that is working on educational devices for the blind kids for almost 4 years. Almost everyone knows that blind people and visually impaired one are reading with the help of Braille font. That's the small round dots on medicine packages and elevator buttons. But only inner circle of specialists know that the real amount of Braille readers is terrifyingly small. So I present you the result of our collaboration with Educational Center for Visually Impaired Kids. The Braille Teach, device that allows to study Braille font and letters, symbols in game form. Question arises, why so small amount of people know how to read? Only 10% of total population of the answer is complex.
Молодец, хорошо. То есть при том, что есть огромная заинтересованность в бутылке как в игрушке, собака, тем не менее, помнит, что вторая игрушка называется паровозик. Да, мы сейчас прямо на сцене, потому что собака еще не видела... То есть мы не работали с этой собакой чашку. Вот попробуем сейчас сделать это прямо на сцене. Сначала соберем все мясо, а то вдруг кто-то заберет. То есть собака сейчас ознакомливается с предметом новым, и ей называется название этого предмета. Салфетки мы уже знаем. Ну, на самом деле, напоминаем, что за рубежом в Европе очень много специализированных центров, которые занимаются обучением собак для съемок в фильмах, рекламных роликах, вот таких вот презентациях. Мы тоже довольно часто принимаем в этом участие, но в специальных центрах за рубежом собак этому обучают много-много месяцев. А нас обычно приглашают за неделю, и за неделю просят сделать то-то, то-то, то-то. Была, например, реклама Тойоты, где собака должна была залезть на кар, и с него грузовой, с него спрыгнуть определенным способом. Собаки этому обучились за полчаса. Вот. Ну, не каждая порода к этому способна. Да, девушка, ну, в общем, да, еще очень важный момент, то есть почему она нервничает, у нее не все получается. Кобелю этому 6 лет. То есть мы заметили, что с возрастом, чем старше становится собака, вот говорят, что собака — это ребенок, который не растет, никогда не вырастет. Наши наблюдения показывают, что это не совсем так, потому что чем старше становится, во всяком случае, доберман, тем больше он запоминает слов, и тем больше он общается при помощи не команд, а обычного человеческого общения. Сидеть. Фет, лапу. Лапу. Фет, дай лапу. Фет. Не надо. Сидеть. Дай лапу. Молодец. Другую. Молодец. То есть вот лапу и другую — это 2 разных слова, собака элементарно запомнила. Спасибо большое вам за внимание. Ми раді, що ми увидели. Да.
Дякую вам за цей чудовий виступ. Звичайно, дякуємо вашим вихованцям, дуже талановитим. Якщо залишатися з нами, можна буде дещо пізніше познайомитися з нашими героями. В нас, до речі, є запитання і зауваження від членів журі, тому я прошу Богдану.
І не запитання, і не зауваження, підтвердження. Значить, в мене не добермани, а фокстер'єри. І не 20, а 30 років. Підтверджую, елементарно собака запам'ятовує сотні слів. Елементарно просто. Іграшок 100-2 сотні запам'ятовує по словах. Відповідно, собака живе в батьків. От я приїжджаю, завжди кажу собаці: знайди попугая. Вона йде і шукає попугая, приносить попугая. Я йде і приносить іграшку, яка називається корова. Потім кажу: неси мамі. Вона несе її мамі. Можу сказати: шукай на кухні. Піде шукати на кухні, якщо я бачу, що вона не знайшла в інших кімнатах. Друге. Люди одомашнювали тварин. І перша одомашнена тварина – це була собака 14 тисяч років тому. Коня, якого дуже часто з собакою порівнюють, ми змогли приручити десь через 8 тисяч після собаки. Так що любіть собак, а не котів.
Дякуємо вам і за цей чудовий виступ. Ми частини наших спікерів, вони знову будуть з'являтися на цій сцені. Безперечно, всім глядачам ми вдячні, що ви підтримуєте наших науковців. Нагадуємо, що дивитися нас можна прямою трансляцією в Фейсбуці і використовуйте, якщо викладаєте в інтернет фотографії, хештег Lab Kyiv 2016. Отже, переходимо до наступного виступу.
Breaking the wall of creation methane fermentation reactors. Євгеній Шаповалов.
Hello, everybody. What will happen? Great question. But actually, I came here because organizer promised me a free water. Wait. What is the smell? Can you feel it? Familiar smell. Water smell even stronger. Very interesting. Let's check it out. Oh, the solution turned purple. So, it's alkane. I think it's ammonia. Look at the ground. Ground is burned by ammonia too. I have two news for you. First, and this should be, good one and bad one. Have a good water, I think. It's my own water. So, don't be scared. And bad one, the poultry farms pollute the environment. And this problem we solve. Chicken farm produce products and thus create waste. In this case, poultry farms can pollute environment or get profit from waste. We offer Amazon fermentation to get income from waste. So, what's new and complicated in our technology? Amazon fermentation technology known for a long time. But there isn't successful launch of biogas plant which work on chicken manure. Manure is not suitable for fermentation, including DOE inhibitors. By the way, there are many companies which hunting for this technology, even well-known Gazprom. Production of eggs will be increased by 13% and heads of poultry by 7% to 2020. This means that the amount of waste will be increased too. And today we offer know-how. First, we provide possibility of carrying out of the process. Second, we have more attractive payback terms. And third, process more stable and easier to control. Biogas production economics effects show that payback period reduced in several times, which provided by increasing profit from 4,013,000 hryvnia per year to 8 million hryvnia per year. So go ahead and let's create clean future together. Welcome for ask.
You know that very important in biogas, the quality of biogas, and only the high quality biogas you can use very effective. Do you have any idea what's the quality of this production, of the biogas, of the production of this, your biogas?
Please, one more question.
Do you have idea what's the quality or measurement, I do not know, what's the quality of the biogas you will have in this type of production?
Biogas will consist of 16% of methane at the first stage, but 90-95% methane concentration. And new technology can 99% of methane.
Thank you. The question is, So this technology, is it a mobile technology? I mean, you can basically just drive from place to place, and what's the cost of setting it up, basically? So that's assuming that we have small and big farms, right? So big farms potentially can afford, and there will be some benefit, right, or big benefit. For the smaller farms, what's the operational model? How do you see them, you know, getting into this? So it's cheap, it's expensive. Do you, you know, what's your forecast for that? Is it only for big ones, so that's for small?
There are many different kinds of biogas plants. Even farmer which got fields of poultry can use this biogas plant. If you Google it, you will see that there are many different kinds of biogas plant, and even near half of 1 meter, 15 liters methane fermentation reactor. So it's open for everybody, all in our hands. Okay, thank you.
Breaking the wall of business planning uncertainty. Vladislav Kancer.
I study international economics at my university during 4 years. Consequently, I'm supposed to be a good economist, but I figure out that all my academic background does not work in real world. And you, dear stakeholders, lose hundreds of billions due to traditional business planning methods. My name is Vladislav Kancer, and I'll explain you why. Economic forecasts are almost, just look at this diagram data with predicted and the real level of debt default for any economic planning could cost you a number of dollars. And the reason why it's so is the following. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome this standard distribution. Looks not so breathtaking, but basically all economic forecasts and business planning are based on it. Furthermore, all economic theories are also premised on it, but its mission is very simple, just to entail uncertainty to any business planning. Just look at this diagram data with probability of average income per capita of 32 millions. It's almost impossible according to this distribution, but it's pretty possible in real life. So what can be done? Offer an innovative method of business consulting, heuristical modeling. Today, business plan or financial planning for any kind of business, you probably be advised to dive into the ocean of econometrics with scary mathematical formulas, which can be only used to afraid little children. But my methods consist from very simple points, notably. Point 1, the fractal model of Benoit-Maldebrot. It's hard to pronounce, but very easy to understand. We just reject the assumption of stable and constant economic development and make our business modeling much more ready for any crisis. Point 2, we take the assumption of instability of consumer taste, reject the stable and rational demand. And point 3, scale up could make our business modeling ready for any unpredictable and unusual events. Finally, we take into account this 3 points, make some calculations, and get the model with probability which looks like more viable and much more ready for any type of uncertainty. So let's break the wall of uncertainty of business planning today for a better tomorrow. Thank you. And your questions?
So in your model, your proposed model, do you use just objective mathematical approach, or you want also some portion of subjective judgment of individuals?
I use both. Basically, I made all these calculations. The point is this method is more epistemocratical. Just we use both examples from kind of philosophical and mathematics combined, and working with any data with completely new type of methods. And after that, we make the calculation in any IT software and get the predictions for model based on mathematics, of course.
So, have you then tested it on already known cases, like, I know, economical crisis of 2008,
Yes,
for
of
example?
course. I have a few examples of that. One of this was according to the shares of company of years to current year. And our methods shows that shares should cost about $14. Traditional method shows it should be cost about 17 per shares, but real cost of the real price of this cost, it's about 44. So our methods really predict this price much more exact than the traditional one.
Thank you very much. So, you know, based on my understanding, the problem with any forecasting is that we cannot look into the unknown, into the assumption, and off we go, right? Yeah. So basically, what would happen if one of them wrong, right? Do you have any sort of analysis in place to show that this is the assumption that we rely on, right, that we need to track? And if something changes, then, you know, this is not the longer valid forecast, and these are the minor, and it's not going to be affecting the forecast. How do you treat and how do you work with that? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for your questions. Basically, our methods, my methods, is will be able to predict uncertainty. I mean that if some of the assumption was wrong, heuristical modeling showed that pretty much more exact than traditional, because traditional methods based on the stability, based on the standard distribution, predict any type of uncertainty. It's almost impossible, but with heuristical model opportunity to look on that and figure out, just this method do not pretend to be exclusiveness. I mean, it really can to be exist with any traditional methods, but for uncertainty and any wrong assumptions, it's much more better. Facts.
I spent near 5 years in this area, so don't get me wrong, but I slightly don't believe you. Because first of all, if you create something, yeah, and it will be truth, it could just bring the market. Otherwise, market will adopt it. Because for example, government change law and so on. So, and where do you plan to apply technology? First step, for example, it will be derivatives, I know, stock commodities or whatever.
Yeah. I suppose that it can be used in consulting business, first of all. It can be like alternative method of calculating risk or whatever. And basically in any investments and financial institutions as the entire and unique service for calculating uncertainty.
Another questions. Do you have any relation between the amount of data you need and the quality of results? For example, yeah, you will need to have ability to check all trades for derivatives, and only after that you could predict it. Put ideas inside your model, and so you need 5, 10 numbers from the market, and you will be able to predict with high probability with the amount of data you need.
Not myself, but a few scientists was also working is the problem of uncertainty, did this type of research and figure out that yes, it's possible. And when I working with many different and various data, I'll also figure out that we could to figure out that with this model. Yeah, and the fact is it could be used with calculating share prices, first of all, because it shows very exact results exactly in this spheres of investments business, but also in any business, for instance, because another scientist, Nicholas Taleb, famous one, make the same a few financial crises before it happened. And that's really useful for our world.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Repeating the question about my colleague about the data. From this position, data is more important than algorithms. We had good algorithms for years, and they did not work good because we didn't have data. Kasparov was defeated only when big chess database became public. Deep Blue guys implemented these flat Atari games only after simulator became public, and went public, and the breakthrough shrinking from 9 years to 6 to 3 to 1. So we're going to take data. Algorithms already there. Everybody needs new data, more data.
Data already exists because we are working in the same data as traditional methods, and that's the point. Problem with data, unfortunately, it is completely another topic. I agree that we have a lot of problem with exact and definitely data which shows the real situation on the markets, for instance. But if I would like to estimate, for instance, possibility of financial crisis, yes, I should take the data from the past, and probably it could be wrong, but probably not. But as I already mentioned, more exact result is, and we could to forecasting this. Yeah.
Yeah, just to note that my opinion is that, you know, being on the edge of some crisis, most likely the first thing that happens is the social buzz, right, in the social network and in the media, and then basically the numbers starting to react, right? They usually go down, not up. That's obvious, but basically it's going to be very hard without the social buzz to give the let's say the assumption over the magnitude of the change, because if you look at the stock indexes, they usually go up and down, and news from you know, some investor and government can basically change the story, right? So basically, if I take a look into ability to gather the social data, or let's say, you know, to somehow analyze them and use in your algorithm.
Because I agree, absolutely agree with you, but the scale effect was talking about it. It's basically about that, about the social, about the economic, and the other factors that, as a traditional, do not take into account in economic planning, because economic planning in traditional sphere working only with numbers and with mathematical formulas, generally speaking. Scale effect and fractal modeling, basically about that. We working with another type of data, and that's why we could predict any crisis or any price of shares, because we use completely wide frame of research. That's the point. Well, thank you for your attention.
Breaking the wall of personal security. Павло Олесь.
Hi everyone. Hope you're not tired listening how other people want to break something. I want to talk about personal security, and you know, almost everyone in this room had been in some dangerous situation. And when it happens, you want police to start saving you at the moment you think about it. But the thing is that police is still working like in previous century. To get help, you have to get through and explain. Who are you? Where are you? What happened? And sometimes that you're not joking. It applies as to regular crimes and to acts of terrorism, like there was in Paris and lately in New York. You know, it's not a pleasant topic to discuss. But please, for 1 second, think how we feel about this. We have a cure. With our software suite, all you have to do is press power button on your smartphone. That's it. take your photo, location, other data, and send it to nearest patrol. In less than 5 minutes, armored patrol will come to you and protect you. Sounds great, right? It's already working. It's already working in our city, and at the moment we are looking for partners and money to expand our service. We already have paying customers. We already have signed agreement with God Police. We already have potential customers in other cities who want to receive our service and potential partners who want to help us. Guys, this system is already working. CDS, the help is near. Thank you.
Presentation. And I have a question. Have you heard about Motorola alert system? And I think it's not only Motorola that smartphones that have a alert button, then you can use to send your info not only to the office, you can send your info to your parents, girlfriend, whoever you want to, and it's already working like for 2 or 3 years. Thank you.
I know, we know our competitors, and this one, you know, it's not really competitors, because when you want help, there have to be some people that will come to you really quickly. And believe me, when you see how armored guys with helmets, vests, and firearms come to you, it's, man.
So what's the difference between what's the difference between these two programs, like your program and already are on the market?
You see, if you send SMS or something like that to your friend, yeah?
It's not only friend, you can actually use police office and like call 911 or other services.
Yeah, there is some service who calls instead of you to 911 and SATC. But you know, there is a huge lack of information, because in our service, when patrol comes to help, it knows where it's going. It sees your photo, so he knows how you look. You know, not just from words, that it's like meet and half a little bit more, and you know, it's.
The thing that the app has not only just your photo, it even knows how much you weigh. I mean, it knows everything if you connect it to your health system, and actually if you're using, I think, Moto 360 watch, it can also track your heartbeat. So I mean, the app sends the whole info to whoever you want to.
Maybe, why not? It's, you know, there is a huge opportunities here. We have, I don't know, tens, maybe up to 50 new features that we want to add, and a lot of them. And after personal security, there is health. You know, when you to people who have big age, yeah. When you feel sick, you press, and paramedics coming to you. They have all information about you. Just you know, it's have to be working already.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you too.
I see this as additional tool, not a one tool that fixed all previous tools. Why? Because of regulations. I know that police and other institutions record your voice just for the record. Then they do sentiment analysis, they listen to your mic, they try to figure out your emotional state and so on, then if it's needed. So I see this as just +1 tool. Please comment.
If I understand you right, you mean that it's only like complementary, or what you mean to say? You see, there is a difference, because I was talking about it in the first slide, that you have to explain, and sometimes you really have to convince people on other side that you really need help. Sometimes it's really crucial. And once again, 1 minute, sometimes you don't have ability to do this, you know. Our system allows you to...
Okay, let's take Ukraine. Recently, some asshole smashed windows on my car. So I called 102. New police came pretty quickly in black uniform. Figured out they could do nothing, and they said, we are transferring to that old police. So those old guys, I mean old police guys in blue shirts, called me back only 1 hour after my call, their call to them, just to ask where to come. So I had to explain again where to come, and then write down everything on the paper, actually on 3 papers, because those guys are writing those protocols, and you write them, you co-author, and then sign everything. So, disappear. And in all other countries, we have also some different specific laws.
Yeah, sure, but the thing is in speed, you know, just to get help as quick as possible.
So I've got another question. You mentioned jokes in the beginning. So in your particular application, how would you separate the real calls from somebody trying to joke or trying to attack the system?
Well, look, each call is, they are priced, yeah, is worked like it's real. That's it. And if person, we can incremental pricing for them, so if they want call in again and again, okay, God Police will be happy too, because they paid for calls too. Yeah?
Yeah, just clarify the oil pipeline. Yeah, just imagine, as I understood that you have a subscription here, yeah? I could pay $4 per week, per month, and receive your service. Yes?
Again, please.
At current moment, as understood,
louder if you can.
At current moment, as understood, you have a subscription. Yeah, I could pay $4 per month and receive your service. You have numbers. Yeah, if I am in danger, I need to open my phone, press button, or maybe open your application, and after that, what I will receive. This is some private security company, or my call will be redirected to, I don't know, government security and so on. So, how it works? Because it's not clear from your presentation.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, and it's my first introduction.
Yeah, no problem.
Can you repeat again?
No problem. Okay, just explain using a few words how it's work. Yeah, because okay, I'm ready to pay you for. Yeah, okay, what should I do? I'm in danger. I need to open my phone, found your application. Yes, then press magic. What is next? Do you have some contract with private security organization or not? Or yeah, how it works?
Yeah, okay, look. You go to our site or download application, you register, enter all your data you want, pay for a month or whatever, yeah, for some period of time. And basically that's it. We have agreement with God Police, so if you call...
Generate, yeah, signal, okay.
There is a, there was an on slide, there is a dispatcher who controls all calls, and there is application for a guard. All data about you, it's your location, photo, all other data you enter. And there is a dispatch who controls everything and verify at the end that you were successfully saved.
Okay, thank you.
If you want, we can talk a little bit.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I want to understand the readiness of your product. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Дякуємо тим, хто виступає сьогодні на сцені. Дякуємо за запитання нашим членам журі. Є важлива інформація. Ми вирішили на питання також нагадати виділяти всього лише 3 хвилини, а будемо вмикати таймер, щоб буде ще одна, нагадую, лабораторія Falling Walls Venture Київ 2016. Отже, 3 хвилини на виступ.
Thank you. Bye.
Breaking the wall of predicting cancer treatment outcomes. Анастасия Раздайбедина.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a terrifying news. 13 million people are expected to die in 2030. 13 million people, just imagine, this number is equal to the population of Paris. And they are all expected to die from cancer in 2030. Insane. But this number can be changed. As everybody knows, cancer. That's why I developed a mathematical model for predicting cancer treatment outcomes during virotherapy process. Oncolytic virotherapy is a relatively new yet extremely effective way of cancer treatment. It is effective in 2 ways. First of all, when oncolytic virus infects cancer cells, it reproduces there many times and causes them to burst. Secondly, when cancer cells burst, they release antigens, special biological markers, which are taken up by our cell's immune system, which then alerts our body attack cells, namely T cells, to look for and kill cancer cells. Model for outcomes during oncolytic virotherapy. My model is set in form of 4 differential equations that model the dynamics of uninfected tumor cells, infected tumor cells, viruses, and immune cells. With this model, we can accurately predict which dose of which virus has to be injected in order to fight cancer in the most effective way. All of the systems in this system are interconnected. The greatest advantages of the proposed model are the following. First of all, it is extremely quick. We can predict in less than half a minute how would any kind of virus treat any kind of cancer. Secondly, almost $1.2 billion, that is current yearly amount of money sent for other types of cancer treatment. And finally, and most importantly, it will help us to save 13 million lives that are expected to die each year due to the cancer. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, feel free to contact.
Great initiative. I think you have to persist more on it. Everything that works and works effectively looks more beautifully. So that model is probably requires polishing to something smaller. So I told it today, the medicine is going to be personal. The treatment for me or treatment for you is going to be synthesized specifically for you or me. Furthermore, the tumors, cancer tumors, they change their code, and the vaccine that worked or virus that worked against that tumor 2 years ago is not efficient anymore today. New treatment is going to be developed, so you have to take that tumor, sequence is DNA, invent new treatment, and then apply it especially to this tumor in this body. So, how are you going to proceed in longer term?
Thank you very much for your question. My model is actually flexible. There are a lot of parameters which can be substituted with different values. So, for instance, for any personal kind of cancer, the special laboratories and research centers can calculate the values of these parameters. And after that, we can substitute the values of the parameters for the oncolytic virus and calculate which virus would fight any of the personal types of cancer the most effectively. So the parameters of this model gives the flexibility. So it's absolutely compatible with personal medicine.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It's a really great mission and really humanic mission. I have a question, practical sort of checks if the formula works, right? So that how many cases, let's say, because the formula is only good if it proves, my colleague mentioned, sometimes the personal sort of specifics can play a big role, right? Or the mutation of the virus or whatever. And how good is it in reality? Have you tried to check? And what's the outcome if you tried? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Yes, of course, I tried it in many times. I used it to check the results of oncolytic virus therapy, which were posted on the Canadian and American medical center sites. They gave the details about the virus and the values of their parameters, and I substituted and I checked, and actually the results were the same with the actual cases of virus therapy treatment. So yes, it works.
Дякуємо. Нагадую, що всього 3 хвилини.
Thank you. As you know, our emotional intelligence, our ability to manage negative emotions, is supposed to have an impact on the probability to get a cancer disease. How do you think? Is it possible to introduce this factor in your model?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Our emotional intelligence, our ability to manage our negative emotions, is supposed to have a big impact on the probability to get a cancer disease. Is it possible to introduce such kind of a factor in your model?
Well, my model actually simulates the cancer treatment, so it doesn't look at it. Actually, if we study this case, we can introduce another model for calculating the probability depending on the background factors.
Дякуємо. Дякуємо вам за виступ, за відповіді.
Thank you for your attention.
Нагадую, 3 хвилини на виступ і рівно 3 хвилини на запитання для кожного учасника.
Breaking the wall of uncertainty in vending industry. Андрій Кратік.
Hello, everyone. 78 million items in machines in Europe and about 5,000 in Kyiv. People often have negative experience when using vending machines. What is change? A lot of change. Not accepting so on. Poor customer interaction is one of the most important problems in the vending industry. People are disappointed. Not many clients call to the phone number printed on the vending machine. When they are disappointed, they often harm the machine or just leave. 6 in 10 vending machines are hot drink machines, where the coffee quality changes because of equipment amortization. Companies spend employees' time and resources for additional quality control, but it is always too late. Many customers are already disappointed. You can ask me, hey, what about refillers who visit vending machines 3 times a week? Why they don't try coffee quality? And I'll tell you, I was working as a refiller because of this project, and these guys are like a rocket. They visit up to 20 machines a day.
You have a proof about stability of your product?
We didn't do experiments on to confirm that that RNA synthesized in plants is highly stable, but other research suggests that plant RNA is more stable than chemically synthesized RNA, which is currently proposed to use for use in most of RNA interference-based therapies.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
So when are you going to decide? Are you genetically modify plants, biome?
Well, this is a good question, especially because I have heard today questions about personalized medicine. Considering the plants, we should make only one plant for all, and this may be appropriate for some diseases. However, we may also do microbiome on a person-based level because bacteria is very easy to engineer. like much easier than plants. Plants may take a few years to design, while bacteria you can have in 2 months. And currently there is movement of citizen science, and there are some people to design bacteria for their own use.
Дякуємо за запитання і дякуємо вам за виступ.
Thank you.
Breaking the wall of healthcare. Марія Рибалова.
Maria Rybalova, I am co-founder of Advanced Interactive Healthcare. Today we will bring a wall of time and distance in the war healthcare. According to many of us have husbands, children, brothers that have gone to war in order to defend their country. Thousands of them will never come back due to a lack of professional medical care in first hours after injury. From collected data from 50 years, 20% of injured combatants could be saved if the professional medical care could be provided in a big lack of medical specialties in a war zone. That's why our goal is to fill this gap by implementing telemedicine, that is online medical support for war zone hospitals. How we can do it? We will connect mobile frontline hospitals via telephone and telemedical platform with central military hospitals. Telemedical platform is like a website. It allows a data exchange, video conferencing, even assisting during surgeries. This project has been already implemented by Central National Military Hospital and Bogomolets Medical University in frontline hospitals that you can see in the map. 68 consultations has been already done. The official result treatment to 8.2%. Unfortunately, 12 mobile frontline implementation of telemedicine because of a lack of financial support. So let's have a look of different stages of implementing of our project. The first stage is to implement telemedicine in mobile frontline hospitals for wounded people in order to provide them access for medical specialties available 24 hours 7 of missing specialties in the war hospitals. The second stage is to provide telemedicine for several populations because they need to be helped in the treatment of chronic disease, as there is a high risk of aggravation. Thus, by minimal investment and implementing innovative medical technologies, we can save together about 20% of human lives. It means that thousands of people and families will be reunited again. Thank you for your attention. Let's save human lives together. Please.
So, can you share a little bit more on the project, on the technological side of the project? Is it more organizational thing, or it's more technological and or technology needed to be implemented to make it happen?
Today, it's actually, it's a combination of both. Today, it's more organizational. Devices like ECG to take a cardio test or vital sign that can simultaneously from the patient to a medical consultant. But we try to cover with telemedicine with minimal investment. So today is a computer with a telemedical platform with big screens in order to make tests, in order to transfer X-ray examination and health consiliums. So today it's more organizational part, but later on it's planned also to be covered as more technical. More questions, please? Thank you for your attention.
Breaking the wall of natural coagulant in water treatment. Anna Viverets.
Good day. And who has drunk water today? I think everyone. The water pollution is the main current problem and the discrepancy of water to sanitary epidemiological standards, the shortage of drinking water in areas without access to the water supply, especially in large zones, provoked us to find the greatest way of water purification using natural coagulant, avoid chemicals. Because previous studies showed that chemical coagulants are economically and environmentally unacceptable compared with natural coagulant. For our research, we selected Moringa oleifera seeds, these seeds, and we discovered that this seed powder decreases total bacterial count in water solution in 5 times. It means that we can use this natural coagulant to treat drinking water and decrease infection disease cases. And the second, it also decreases contaminants concentration in water solution. It's non-toxic, it's cheaper, it's 3 times than chemical coagulants, and easy to use. Yes, we have one disadvantage, is increasing of phosphates concentration after the adding seeds powder because of composition of these seeds. But we have found a solution. We got a synthetic coagulant from alumina production, it's waste. This is coagulant. Our innovative, the second. It has the same properties as the natural coagulant Moringa oleifera seeds powder, but it can decrease the concentration of phosphate in the solution. So, using these 2 types of coagulants, we can solve 2 problems simultaneously. First, with water pollution, the second, with waste after production of non-ferrous metals. So, why we use this? Because it's safety, no waste, cheaper, and the end product is clean water. If we solve the problem with water pollution, we will save life on our planet. Thank you for your attention. Any questions?
Thank you very much for your presentation. Very, great thing. And the question is it just a new sort of combination of 2 things, or you also invented the first and the second? So
the first and the second.
Okay, so no industry that has this first approach and the second.
We invented the second coagulant to remove disadvantages in increasing of phosphate concentration, so important for biomass and the water. And we can use these types of coagulants for all types of water, such as drinking water, wastewater, and surface water. So it's universal.
Okay, thank you. And the second question is, do you have any sort of proof from the laboratory that you tried different sampling?
Yes, I have some researches, and I have really counts of parameters. It really works.
But does it work for everything, or there is still cases where it's not working?
It works for everything. So it has bactericidal properties and coagulation flocculation properties.
So something remained after first step, and you didn't describe what remained after. So what is output of that thing that fixed phosphates?
After the phosphates,
So you have 2 steps. First step, apply first coagulant to fix the water. Then second step, to apply second coagulant to fix the first coagulant. What is output after the second? What are products of splitting?
non-toxical, it's also non-toxical.
So could you list them, name them?
So we have, at the end, we don't have problems with utilization of sludge that forms after these processes. So if we see the problems with phosphates concentration as you're talking, we can add these coagulants on other concentrations that...
So it will decrease the phosphor and increase something else.
Yes.
So please, chemistry, please, describe them.
This coagulant consists of ferrous and aluminum oxides in there. We were boiling with sulfuric acid. So it means that after the chemical processes in this boiling this coagulant, we have really, after the adding of this water and filtration, of course, we filtered everyone test a sample of water and got non-toxical sludge, because after that we tested on bactericidal properties that. And we have proofs of it, if you mean that.
Дякуємо вам за відповіді і дякуємо за запитання.
Thank you so much.
brain input and output. Michael Tuki.
In the last 5 decades, humankind achieved tremendous success in technological advancement. For example, from 1 computation per second, our computers evolved up to billions of computations per 1 second per 1,000 US dollars. And in not so distant future, we can expect this pace of advancement to get even higher. And well, it sounds very exciting, but with all the excitement, there are a lot of serious problems. For example, if such technology will end up, can be more dangerous than even nuclear weapon. Operated by artificial intelligence, some computation powers of this magnitude can extremely outsmart humankind combined. And so, facing this problem, we need to find a solution to secure ourselves to survive in this new, brave new world. And one of the key problems in this matter is our brain input and output speed. Nowadays, there are limited market, and frankly speaking, most of them are not so fast. We have some inconvenient surgical system, but it's very expensive and very hard to use. And other devices like emotive mobile MEG, it's not very reliable. So our team wants to build a device with which you can control your PC or mobile device just with your eyesight. Built-in EEG sensors can give you the power of manipulating with your computer to simulate mouse clicks just with some cognitive patterns. Built-in infrared sensors facing your eyes, combined with lenses with infrared markers and infrared sensors, proximity sensors built in front of this device can give us option to, so this device can actually track down the screen that you're using right now, and with a smart app on your phone, your device, just with your eyesight and the power of your thought. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. It's not clear who is your customers. For example, I am okay with speed time typing, and consume information. Who will use your product?
Well, we can use this product in a very wide range of customers. For example, we want to put this device in research facilities to improve the process. And other great example of how we can use this product is with the blind people, because with some very advanced recognition patterns, we can achieve some intellectual system to guide blind people. Your eyesight, you can see, okay, but you have your eyeballs, so we can put lenses with infrared markers, so we can track down where you're like virtually looking at, and this app can tell you that, well, there is a car going on right in front of you, or any kind of other danger. So you don't need basically nothing beside of this device and your iPhone and smart app and some headphones. So there is a very wide variety of customers which we are facing and which we want to put the device in their hands and heads, actually.
Thank you for your presentation. That allows people with special needs to control their computers with their eyeballs, but using the webcam, and use it as a mouse, but you cannot type. I mean, you can type with the screen keyboard, but it's really uncomfortable. Can a person type information like with your device? Like, what's?
Yeah, those projects you are talking about, this software solutions, they're not very precise, because there are a lot of problems of tracking eyesight from the direction. Because of that, we have those sensors built up very closely to your eyes. And yeah, you can actually, with virtual keyboard on the monitor, you can type in text. We don't want to achieve a great number of signal that we can read with EG sensors, because we can use all those channels to bring up the stability of. You have 4 functions which are binded on some mental thoughts. You can achieve a very great reliability of this technology. And with virtual keyboard, you can type in text, and well, you can bring another type of user experience when you're interaction with your devices, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Дякуємо за запитання, дякуємо вам за цей виступ.
Thank you very much.
Отже, друзі, це були учасники Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016. Давайте їм ще раз поаплодуємо. І я нагадую, що підтримка всього залу сьогодні дещо, напевно, може вплинути на рішення журі. Зараз збирається на нараду, щоб оголосити нам результати і переможців Falling. Зовсім скоро нагадую, що у Берліні кращі з кращих будуть представляти свої ідеї. Відбудеться наступна лабораторія, це Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Ми до неї готуємося, просимо наступних членів журі займати свої місця, доки зараз наша команда, Dream Team, так би мовити, переходить до підрахунку результатів. Сьогодні в межах наших лабораторій ми дякуємо партнерам PAM, SoftServe, Global Logic, Bayer та Microsoft. Звичайно, партнеру науковій. Всім нашим сьогоднішнім гостям нагадую, що це незначна перерва, і зараз ми перейдемо до Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Тому просимо далеко не розходитися, і членів журі наступної лабораторії просимо займати свої місця. Шановні члени журі, Falling Walls Venture Kyiv 2016. Ми просимо вас займати свої місця. Як тільки ми побачимо у повному складі журі, ми перейдемо до нашої наступної лабораторії, почуємо наших науковців. Всім вам нагадую, що якщо ви викладаєте відео або ж фотографії в соцмережі, використовуйте хештег Lab Kyiv 2016. Шановні друзі, я прошу всіх займати свої місця. Ми переходимо до наступної лабораторії, не менш важливої. Прошу всіх проходити. У нас є вільні місця. І я сподіваюся, це буде не менш захоплююча частина нашої сьогоднішньої зустрічі. Дякуємо нашим партнерам. Це компанії EPAM, SoftServe, Global Logic, Microsoft, інновації та технології. А вдруге підтримують нашу конференцію в Україні. Новим партнером цього року є німецька компанія Bayer, девіз якої перегукується з нашим заходом «Science for Better Life». І зараз я представляю вам журі Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016. Сьогодні у вас дуже важлива місія визначення наших переможців. Ми впевнені, що ви з легкістю впораєтеся із цим завданням. Зараз збираються глядачі, підтримка яких теж сьогодні важлива. Важливі ваші оплески. Це підтримка для всіх учасників наступної лабораторії. Я представляю наше журі. Це Степан Мітіш, директор по розробці програмного забезпечення компанії EPAM. Ваші оплески. Станіслав Шайдаров, голова SoftServe, бізнес-систем, компанія SoftServe. Ваші оплески. Володимир Клінков, цифровий технічний менеджер аграрного підрозділу, компанія Bayer. Роман Зінченко, співзасновник компанії Грінкубатор. Вільям Шрейбер, радник, Київська міська державна адміністрація, Єльський університет. Денис Гурський, співзасновник компанії 1991 Open Data Incubator, засновник портала Social Boost. Мар'яна Ярош, проектний та інноваційний менеджер, компанія Ноосфера. Денис Довгополий, керуючий по Accelerator. Ваші оплески. Денис Колибо, заступник директора у справах наук імені Паладіна Національної академії наук України. Та Олексій Ступницький, професор економічних наук, Інститут міжнародних відносин Київського університету імені Шевченка. А це наші члени журі, у яких тепер важлива участь визначити кращих у межах Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016. Я нагадую, що у кожного учасника є 5 хвилин вже на виступ, рівно 5 хвилин. Ви можете побачити біля сцени таймер. Рівно 6 слайдів і тільки 5 хвилин до 5 хвилин на запитання і відповіді у межах запитань від журі. Шановні члени журі, я хочу звернути, поруч з вами знаходяться картки. Якщо у вас є зауваження, ви можете підняти картку стороною знаку оклику. Запитання до наших спікерів, тоді прошу повернути карткою з іншою стороною, там, де знаходиться, власне, знак запитання. Переходимо до наступної лабораторії Falling Walls Lab Kyiv 2016 і переходимо до першого виступу. Прошу.
Blindness. Іван Селезньов.
Oops. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ivan, and I'm here to talk about the blind isolation. There are about 285 million visually impaired people worldwide. 39 million of people are completely blind. Remember, when was the last time you saw a person walking along the street? It was pretty long ago, wasn't it? And I want you to know, what are the reasons for that? Why do 39 million people need to stay at their homes, socially isolated, going nowhere? There are a couple of reasons for that. One reason is that the modern ways of navigation for the blind people are completely inaccurate and unreliable. The first one of them is actually using the white cane and counting steps. Imagine the fact that in the 21st century, people need to count steps to go somewhere. This fact is driving me crazy. The next one is using the white cane and the GPS. But the problem is that the GPS error of defining your location in the city environment is up to 10 meters, which automatically makes this way insufficient. And of course, the more infrastructure of the cities are completely unadapted for the blind citizens. But our team, we have found a solution to that problem. The first it consists out of the three main parts. The first is the open world beacons. It's the special Bluetooth beacons with the speaker and board. The second, which we place on the key objects of the urban infrastructure, like supermarkets, pharmacies, near their entrances, either indoor or outdoor. The second one is the mobile application that can control and find those beacons. Actually, we use the Google TalkBack system for the blind people to interact with this app. The TalkBack is a program screen reader which reads exactly everything that you place your finger above. So, as soon as there is a beacon found, the blind user can call to the administrator and press the call button. As soon as the call button is pressed, there is a magic going on, because there is a special melody that comes from the beacon that can tell exactly where the beacon is located and lead the blind person directly to it. And the third one is the website, which we need for pre-ordering beacons, registering them in the system, and controlling and managing their work. As for monetization model, it is quite interesting because company is the synergy between the socially responsible charity company from the one hand and the commercial company from the other hand. The fact that we're closely working with the city administration the possible beacon applications in the smart city concept. Like providing these beacons with the sensors could provide us the statistics about the environment around them. Or writing the tourist applications will increase the tourist flow into the cities and will make them more accessible for the tourists. Besides, these beacons can be used for typical beacon applications like proximity marketing and indoor navigation. Yep. Our market size is extremely big because it is about $1.3 billion, which is the sum of all the money that is spent by European Union. We have the industrial prototype of the beacons, working mobile app, and the website. By October 15th, 11 beacons will be installed in the Майдан Незалежності street, and you can all test them and see how they work. We have 660 of them pre-orders from 4 Ukrainian cities and 2 commercial pre-orders. We plan to go to the EU market in 2 years and in 3 years to reach the US market. Our team consists of 8 members. We all are professional in our fields, and we are extremely passionate about the idea that the technology could overcome weakness. And we all believe that we can spread this technology every building, on every bus stop, on every shop shelf, so that the city environment would become more accessible, not just for every citizen, but also for the blind citizens as well. Thank you for attention.
Image recognition technology. So basically, a blind person can have something installed, like, I don't know, some glasses or whatever, which recognize surrounding and communicate to his smartphone. Why beacons? Because this, this sound, not mandatory everybody can hear, especially on Майдан Незалежності Square. So for me, it's somehow tricky. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your question. The first comment that I adjusted the voice, like the sound, for it to be pretty low, so that you won't get some hearing problems. The second one, why we choose the Bluetooth Low Energy technology, it's because it is really cheap. It is less low power consumption, so and it is extremely cheap. So you can produce them in thousands and place them anywhere. And the second reason is that when you lose like one way of perception of the world, the other like senses, they increase in in their proficiency and efficiency. And so like the visually impaired people and the blind people has extremely good hearing. And so we've been developing lots of different systems, like wearable also, that use ultrasonic waves, infrared, different sensors, even the web cameras that can like lead some places. But it turns out that the beacons with the speaker is the most efficient one, and we have a consultant in our team, and we're mostly working with the blind people, and they told us that this is like the most efficient way to solve this problem.
I have a question. Thank you for presentation and a very interesting project, but I missed some points. Who will pay for you and what is the product? It's a service or it's a beacon selling, or who will pay for you and for what?
It is the product. We sell the beacons, and the city administration. Thank you.
Modular breakwater power plant. Михайло Литовченко.
My regards, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mikhailo Tochenko, and I'm happy to represent my company, To Mike, and my project, Modular Breakwater Power Plant. So let's start. Actually, problem with energy sources was crucial last 20, 30 years. And for instance, Caribbean region are used 50 million barrels of oil for electricity generation per year. And if we change it for renewable sources, we can save $10 billion USA dollars. And it's only Caribbean. Sun and other renewable energy sources cannot solve this problem efficient. And our invention, we solve not one problem. We solve a problem with electricity, with water, and we also defend coastal area from wave erosion. It's also a very big problem and very big money. And if I see about our prices, so for manufacturing, we can build by 2,000 USA dollars per 1 kilowatt installed capacity. And for end customer, we can buy it by 4,000 USA dollars per 1 kilowatt installed capacity. And actually, payback of our invention will be only 1 year. For renewable energy, you know, it's a very good number. And about our market, because for investor, it's very, very important thing. About our serviceable available market. So we have order with USA Energy Agency for delivery 1.5 megawatts of capacity into Micronesia. About our serviceable available market, it's something bigger. If first will be 6 million USA dollars, second will be 50 different orders, for example, Micronesia, Hawaii, etc. And our total available market will be 200 billion USA dollars. And even if we think about potential available market, I think it's markets of oil and other non-renewable sources. And about our business plan, we have 3 stages. We have 3 years. So for first year, we have 2 stages, MVP and startup. For MVP and startup, we need 160,000 USA dollars and EBITDA of USA dollars. And for second and third year, we need 3 million and 24 industry. And if you see in this slide, there are no pictures, but very beautiful numbers. We have EBITDA 100%. I think it's very good. And about our team, why to Mike? Because I'm Mikhail Tovchenko and I work with my father, also Mikhail Tovchenko. He's a very good mechanical engineer of design of missile technology and a brilliant specialist in launching and building of different business. And I am assistant of project manager.